You're here late. What you working on?
Oh, it's the network card, the voltage monitor for it. It's not working.
So what seems to be the problem?
Well, it was supposed to be in production last week, and the microcontroller is taking too long to detect the power fault. The flash is getting corrupted. It's just a real headache.
You know what? Pick one of these. They'll solve your problem fast. ProcessorPM is a companion to microprocessors and DSPs to handle voltage supervision, watchdog timer, and reset pulse generation all in one device. This means if you have a design with multiple supply rails like the Freescale PowerQuick, ProcessorPM will simplify your interface, reduce your bill of materials, and increase your system reliability. The most common approach to power management for microprocessor and DSP boards is a set of discrete analog devices for voltage supervision, reset generation, and watchdog timer functions. With ProcessorPM, all three functions are integrated into a single device without the need for any external components. With multiple supply rails, you're going to have a high assembly cost because of all the parts you need. You have resistors, capacitors, voltage comparators, oscillators. All that can be replaced with one ProcessorPM in a 24-pin QFNS package. That's 4 millimeters by 4 millimeters, and that's a tiny footprint. And ProcessorPM is factory pre-configured just like the discrete parts it's designed to replace, so it's ready to use. The standard configuration monitors up to 6 voltage inputs, 1.8, 2.5, 3.3 volts, and 3 adjustable. It supports a manual reset and 3 processor interface pins. The A and B pins determine the watchdog timer delay from half a second to a minute. The C pin controls a 200 millisecond stretch on the reset pulse. With this flexibility, you can standardize on ProcessorPM for all of your system designs to help with inventory management and design. In addition to ASSP devices, you can implement power management functions using CPLDs, op-amps, or even a microcontroller to help monitor voltage rails on a given microprocessor. But each one of these options comes with serious limitations. With a microcontroller implementation, fault detection is dependent on the period of the interrupt, typically 2 to 10 milliseconds. If a fault occurs immediately after the microcontroller voltage measurement, there will be a 2 to 10 millisecond fault detection delay and the supply voltage will drop before corrective action, such as disabling the system flash write, and result in a system corruption. ProcessorPM has a typical voltage monitoring propagation delay of 12 microseconds, which means reaction time to a fault will be practically instantaneous and allow corrective action before system failure. ProcessorPM comes pre-configured, so you don't have to worry about assembly code. But if you do want to change design parameters, you can do so with the easy-to-use Pack Designer software. The visual interface allows you to click on elements of the ProcessorPM architecture and adjust design parameters. For example, click on the analog input block, select input 1, and change the voltage to 1.8 volts instead of 2.5 volts. You can change other device parameters like reset pulse width, watchdog timer delay, and routing. Recompile with one click and download to your device. Pack Designer software comes with a built-in simulator so you can verify your design before downloading your file to your device. Pack Designer software is available free on the Lattice website. The ProcessorPM demo board allows you to trigger faults using a potentiometer. It also allows you to observe program status and power feed with a USB interface to your PC, and monitor voltage I2C. All this for only $50. ProcessorPM is the latest addition to the Power Manager devices from Lattice. Other family members provide hot swap controller, supply sequencer, and tracker functions, as well as trimming, margining, and precise voltage measurement. If you have any microprocessor or DSP design, take care of your power management headaches with ProcessorPM. It integrates voltage monitoring, watchdog timer, and reset generation. It's more reliable than microcontroller-based voltage supervision or discrete implementations. Plus, ProcessorPM, it comes pre-configured, so it's ready to go right out of the bottle. For more information, visit our website at www.latticesemi.com/ProcessorPM or contact your local Lattice distributor.